This is Chevanese coming back at you with another video. As per usual, I want to thank everybody that has been supporting my channel, who has been liking, sharing, subscribing, who have been telling their mama, telling their sisters, telling their brothers, telling their husband. Yeah, you. I appreciate you. Now for today's video, we're gonna deal with forgiveness. So in this video, we're gonna cover basically what is forgiveness, why should we forgive, when should we forgive, and how should we forgive. So by the end of this video, you should have all your answers. Now let's get straight into the video. Now, what is forgiveness? Well, we can say that forgiveness is eliminating negativity results from hurt by letting go of negative baggage. Now, don't get it twisted. Forgiving somebody doesn't mean that you condone what they did. Hell no. It doesn't mean that. Nor does it mean that what they did was okay. Nor does it mean that you will forget. Never. Because you always hear people say, I forgive but I don't forget. Which is true, because forgiving is more easy than forgetting. Sometimes we never forget what the person does. Okay. Why should we forgive? I personally think that forgiveness, why should we forgive? I think we forgive for our own good more than the person, even though we don't seem to realize that most times. Because when we have somebody up in our heart, when we have this resentment for a person, when we have this hurt, it stops us from being happy. It stops us from living in the present. It stops us from really see what's more important, the smallest important things in life. We miss out on so much things because we have this resentment, we have this hurts. We keep living in the past. We don't live now. When we have somebody up, we don't live in the present. We just keep thinking, oh, they did that to me. They did that to me, and that's all we can retain. We don't think about here and now. So I think that personally, we should forgive because it's for our own good. You're not forgiving because to make that other person feel better. Yeah, they might feel better, but at the end of the day, you're doing more good for yourself than the person. And that's really, really true. And that also, I think forgiveness kind of lets you be physical and mentally healthy, because when you forgive and you don't have anyone in your heart, you don't keep constantly think about the hurt, the pain, and then you get angry and then you become depressed and all of that. When you let that go, you'll be healthy both physically and mentally. Trust me. Forgiveness does more good for us than we realize. Now, when should we forgive? How do we determine when to forgive? I think the best way we can know when to forgive is when we see that it's time to forgive, is when we realize that the pain is taking over us. The pain that and hurt that this person caused has taken over our whole life, our whole existence. When we start making excuses and say it's because this, okay, we're gonna say because they hurt me, or I'm hurting, why I don't do this or I don't do that. When that starts to take a hold on us, and we allow this pain to just continue following us, so we take the pain with us. It's time to let go and forgive when we realize that all this pain is just taking over our life and it's following us. That's when it is time to forgive. Alright. How should we forgive? How? That's a good question. How should we forgive? I think in order to forgive, we normally have things up in our heart. So what we should do is talk about it, whether it's to a close friend or whatever. talk talk to it, talk to them, write in your journals or whatever. You need to let what is inside out. That's the first step in healing. So that's the first step in how to forgive. So we have to let out what we have inside of us. We can't just have it in there, nobody knows about it, we just keep it in our hearts. You have to talk to somebody that you trust about it, or if you don't want to talk or don't feel comfortable talking, you write it in your journal, guys. Again, writing really helps. So if you feel like you can't talk to anybody or whatever, you can write it. Okay, you should understand your feeling and express them. I think, if me personally, I don't know how other people feel about that, but I feel like when somebody did you wrong, I think you should talk to them. I think you should get off your chest. Like, you let them know, you know what, you did this to me, and this is how it made me feel. Kind of confront them, and then when you get off what you have to say out of your chest, I think it will be easier to forgive, instead of we have them in our heart and we won't say anything, but this it just keep bubbling up. But when we let out what we really feel, I think that helps. It really helps us to forgive. So yeah, when how we just have to, I think the main thing in how to forgive is just letting go, really. And it's not as easy as it sounds, but forgiveness is really important, and we have to find a way to just let go sometimes. And sometimes you say, if you've been through what I've been through, you wouldn't be saying that. Yeah, I've been through a lot, and I can relate to a lot of things, and I know personally that it's not easy to forgive, but it's possible. It's not easy, but it is surely possible. And you don't have to just get up and like this and just forgive somebody. It will take time, and you take the time that you need, but you don't drag your feet too much, that because you're carrying this extra baggage with you, which is hurting you more than it's hurting the other person. So just find a way, to forgive. It is very important. And if you try to forgive somebody today, trust me, your tomorrow will be better. You will find that you're happier. You you feel more, you have more energy, you feel physically better, mentally better, I can assure you. Now that's it for our video today. I hope I was able to help somebody. I know that forgiveness is not easy, but I hope that you will at least try. That's our video for today, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Go tell your mama, your papa, and everybody about this channel and get them to subscribe. Now, guys, I also want your feedback. So if you have a topic that you want me to discuss, don't be afraid. Just drop a comment, and I'll read it, and I'll try to, you know, do the videos that you guys want. So that's it for our video today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.